Hello friends, welcome to my channel, and in this video we will take some questions from previous years, and these questions are based on organic reagents mainly. So first question is from June 2019. In this question they asked us what is A and B. So first we are using dimethylamine and formaldehyde. So it is a familiar reagent, it will give you mannate base. So how we will get mannate base? In first step, the lone pair of electron present on this nitrogen will attack on formaldehyde. Then in this step there is proton transfer. So as we are using proton in reaction mixture, so this proton will combine with this OH to form OH2 plus, and it is a good leaving group. So what we will get, right? You will get this one. Then lone pair of electron present on nitrogen will shift here and this group will be removed. So you will get mannate base here. Now this mannate base can participate in reaction mixture, but before this we have to convert this cyclohexanon into enol form. How you will convert it? We have cyclohexanon, H plus will combine with this, it will form OH plus. Then in next step, then this enol will participate in reaction and it will attack on this mannate base. So this bond will first break, this will shift here, and then it will attack on this CH2, this bond will shift here. So you will get, right, in next step we are using methyl iodide. So this methyl iodide, we can write it like this. Then the lone pair of electron present in nitrogen will attack on this Me group and this I will be removed. So it will attach with this nitrogen, it will form NMe3 plus. Okay, in next step, then we are using NaOH, so it will remove one hydrogen from this place. Okay, so when it will be removed, we have a negative sign here. When this proton, acidic proton will be removed, we have a negative sign like this. This negative sign will shift here and this NMe3 will be removed. So we will get, okay, so it can be in option 2 or in 3, but we have to find out what is the reaction of NaCN with this one. But we are using high temperature here. So this is very important point. In general, cyanide Cn minus will attack on this carbonyl group, but in presence of high heat or high temperature, it shows conjugate addition. So this is very important point. So how it will react? Cn minus will show conjugate addition, means it will attack like this. This bond will shift here and this will shift here. This one. Then in next step, this charge will come back. This will shift here and it will take proton and it will form this. This is your final product. Okay, so it is B and this one is A. So it is in option 3. This is the right option. Then we will move on to next question. It is again from June 19. So most of the question in this video are from June 19, but some questions based on rhodium acetate, which we will take the last of the video, the last section of the video, are from different years. Okay, so first we will take this question. This is a reaction with LiHMDS. This is lithium hexamethyl diacetyl chloride, and TMSCl is trimethyl silyl chloride. Okay, then we are heating it, and second step we are using PHCSeCl, and third we are using H2O2 and heating it. So first step is the use of this lithium hexamethyl diacetyl chloride. So it works similar to LDA. So it will remove proton. First it will remove proton and then it will form enolate. Okay, so you can remove proton from this position or you can remove from this position, but this carbanion is more stable. You will get like this. Then in next step, this charge will shift here, it will shift here, and it has negative charge and we have lithium present here. Then in next step we are using trimethyl silyl chloride. So it also forms enolate and it will combine with this oxygen. Silyl group will combine here, and this enolate is more stable as compared to lithium enolate. Okay, so you have the structure of trimethyl silyl chloride like this. So this bond will rupture and this Me3Si group will attach with this oxygen and it will form a stable enolate. Okay, you will get this one. Then we are heating it. heating it, then you can easily see that it is a 3-3 sigma tropic shift. 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3. So it can show 3-3 sigma tropic shift. So this bond will first shift here, it will move here, and it will move here. So you will get, okay. Then we are using phenyl selenium chloride. So it will combine with this double bond. This bond will break and this group will attach here. Okay, so this the selenium has positive charge. Then in next step, the Cl removed from this step will attack on this trimethylsilyl group. It will attack like this. This bond, this negative charge will shift here. It will shift here. It will attack on, it can attack on this carbon or this one. It can attack in two ways, right? It can attack in two ways. If it will attack here, then this bond will shift like this. So you have a positive charge here, and this carbocation is more stabilized, secondary in nature. But if this oxygen will attack on this carbon, this bond will shift like this and you will get a carbocation here. After shifting of this bond, you will get a carbocation on which this oxygen will attack. But this carbocation is less stable as compared to generated at this position. Secondary carbocation is more stable. So preferred pathway will be this one. Okay, so what will be the step? You will get a 5-membered ring here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, when this bond will attach here, it will form like this. In next step, we are using H2O2 and we are heating it. So first H2O2 will oxidize it. It will form selenoxide. Then we are heating it. So this is a very familiar step, that this beta hydrogen, this is alpha carbon, this is beta carbon. So hydrogen from the beta carbon will be removed. This bond will shift here and it will go with this. So you will get a double bond at this position and plus FPH-SeOH. So this will be your final product and it is in option 1. This is the correct option. So now you can understand why I am saying that this carbocation is more stable. If you attack at this position, at this carbon, you will get a 6-membered ring and your option can be this one or this one depending upon the reaction, but your ring will be 6-membered ring. But you have to check which carbocation will be more stable, and on the basis of that you will get a 5-membered ring. Okay, otherwise your answer can be wrong. Then we will move to next question. It is based on LDA and trimethylsilyl, and we are next using ozone and NaBH4. So first step is the reaction with LDA. So LDA will remove proton from the less hindered side. Okay, it will give you kinetically stable product. So this carbon is less hindered as compared to this one. So this proton will be removed, this one. So you will get this. Then this charge will shift here and you will get a enolate. Lithium enolate first. That it will give you, first it will give you lithium enolate, then it will give you more stable silyl enolate. Then we are using in next step ozone. So this ozone will rupture this double bond and you will get ozonide first. Okay, then it will rupture, this ozonide will rupture, and because we are using NaBH4, therefore it will give you alcohols. So you will get one OH at this point, at this carbon, and second one at this one. Next we are using H3O plus, so it will give you, so this H3O plus will convert this trimethylsilyl oxide group into OH. Then two OH group at one carbon are highly unstable and they will give you aldehyde. You will get they will form a carbonyl, right? Then in next step, the oxygen containing lone pair of electron will attack on this carbonyl carbon. This bond will shift here. Okay, so this will be your final product. So it is an option 4. The important point is TMS form comparatively stable enolates. Okay, always remember this one. Then we will take another question. The first we are using, in first step we are using organocuprate compound. Then we are using, second step we are using zinc copper couple in presence of CH2I2. So the reaction of it is very simple. It will show conjugate addition. Okay, and the attack will be it will give you basically Me minus. So it will attack on this carbon, this bond will shift here and this will shift like this, and the attack is from the opposite side. So you will get this product in first step. Then we are using zinc copper couple and CH2I2, so it will basically give you CH2 carbene, and it will attack on this double bond. And the attacking site, what will be the attacking site? Always remember, the attacking side of carbene will be of that of OH. Okay, it attacks from the same side of OH. If you have OH group attached at this position, at allylic position, then the attack of CH2 will be from the same side of OH. So you will get a product like this. This is also from the above the plane side. This will be product B. This is A. So it is in option 1, right? So you have to remember the attacking site of this organocuprate. Always remember, it show alpha beta. It can attack. It shows conjugate addition, and addition will be like this, that methyl group will go below the plane and this OH will remain above the plane. Then always remember that CH2, the carbenes will attack from the same side of that of OH if they are present at the allylic position. Then we have some important reaction about rhodium acetate. So this is very important reagent, and you will see a number of questions based on this acetate, this reagent. Okay, so we have 3 questions based on it. First question is from June 18. Important point is this reagent form carbene, which leads to the formation of a 5-membered ring. Okay, so at this point you will get a carbene. How you will get this reaction? I can write it like this. Okay, in first step, this charge will shift here, this will shift here, then in next bond will shift here, and it will lead to the formation of carbene. So remember this will attack on this carbon and take this hydrogen here, and it will preferentially form a 5-membered ring, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5-membered ring, and the attachment side of this group attached on this carbon and attached on this carbon will be opposite to each other. So you will get a 5-membered ring here. So suppose this is above the plane, then this group attached here will go below the plane. So this will be product A. Then we are using sodium cyanoborohydride and at pH 4. This is very important. At neutral pH it cannot reduce any group, but at pH 3 to 4 it can reduce this ketone group or aldehyde group, but it cannot reduce this ester. So it will remain as such, and H minus, it will provide H minus hydride. Hydride will attack from the side which is less hindered. So it will attack from the side below the plane, because this group is above the plane. It is far from this one but close to this ester group. Therefore H minus will attack from the side below the plane, then this OH formed will go above the plane. So this H will go below the plane and OH will come above the plane. So this will be your B. This is the. Then we have another question based on same reagent, rhodium acetate, and this question is from December 17. So they are asking, they have given us reactant as well as product, and they are asking what will be the rearrangement, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3 sigma tropic shift or CH insertion reaction. So first we will try to find out its mechanism. I am directly writing this N2 will be removed and we have a carbene formed here. Now this oxygen having lone pair of electron will attack on this carbon and it will form a 6-membered ring. So this oxygen has a positive charge and this one has negative charge. Now we can see that if it is 1, 2, 3, this will be 1, 2. This charge will attack on this bond, this carbon, this bond will shift here and this will shift here. So after breaking of this bond, this whole group, this allylic group will attach with this carbon. So this is similar to the product given in the reaction, and this rearrangement is 2,3 sigma tropic shift. So option second will be the correct answer. Next we will take one more question from based on the same reagent, and this question is from December 15. So first you have to create carbene at this point after removal of this nitrogen. So I can write this benzyl group like this also, because in the options I have not written options here, but in option it is given in the form of PHCH2. So you will get a carbene like this. I can also write it in this form, right? I can also write it like this. Now this oxygen having lone pair of electron attack on this carbon, so it will become positively charged and it will become negatively charged. Okay, now this negative charge can attack on this group and this bond will shift here and we will get product like this. So we have only CH benzyl group attached here. That is why this negative charge is attacking on this CH2. If we have hydrogen, it can attack on that one also. But because we have only benzyl group here, so this negative charge will attack on this CH2 pH group. It will attach like this and you will get a product like this. So it is helping in formation of 5-membered ring. Most of the time, only in this example, because in this case only one option is available. We can form only 6-membered ring in this case because of the presence of this oxygen. Otherwise it preferentially forms 5-membered ring. Okay, so I hope this video is helpful to you. If you like my videos, please hit the like button and share my videos with your friends. Thank you so much for watching.